everyone. Today's question is someone asked me, I've just built my own website. I didn't get it professionally done. I've just gone ahead and figured out how to put things together. It's not perfect, but it'll do for now. And what they're saying is, I've done a Google search and I'm not showing up in Google. So how do I get my website on Google? Now, this is something that, I do for every website build that I do, make sure that we go through this process of making sure that the website is being indexed by Google. So we do that through Google's Search Console tool. And I'm going to go through, they've got a little help document, and I'm going to make sure that this is in the show notes for you to go and have a look at. I'm just going to share my screen again. Away we go. All right. So if you go to Google's Search Console help and you say, my website or a page on my website is not showing up, and they have this sort of process that they want you to go through to check first if it's indexed, and then if it's not, well, how do we do it? So I'm just going to go through that with you today. So first thing we do is we have to check. You've already done a check, but I'm just going to show for anyone watching who doesn't know how to do a check. I've got a short video on my channel, which you can go and check out, that goes through this. Basically, you just type in site, then a colon, and then your domain. And what that does is it's like a query on Google for this particular website. So it's saying, does this site exist? And Google will bring back anything that it has in its database for that website. So this is my website. Every page comes up, all the services, blog posts, everything's in there. I've got a few pages for my website. So you can just do that check yourself. And so you can also do that for a specific page. So if I was looking for this quick support one, I would just type in this URL instead of just the domain. I'd put the full URL in, and if it's indexed, there'll be a result here. So if you do that for your website and you find that things are missing, how do you fix it? Well, according to the help document, they're obviously saying use the Search Console tool. So you can just Google search the Google Search Console, and you'll get your, obviously I'm already in there, so you'll want to go to the Search Console tools, sign up. You need a Gmail account to do it. And then once you log in, you register your site. You go through a little process. But what you want to do ultimately is, according to the instructions, is you want to submit a sitemap. And this is basically a reference to all the pages on your website. And you say to Google, can you go and check these for me and then index them accordingly? And obviously Google uses their algorithm to sort through things. So I'm just going to go into the Search Console. So once you've got your site registered, you want to go down to sitemaps. And you add your sitemap through here. Now, what if you don't have a sitemap? How do you get a sitemap? What is a sitemap? I'm freaking out. So if you go back through the help documents, they actually talk through how to do it, and a website that they actually give you access to where you can go and generate one. So it's just xml-sitemaps.com, and you would just put your URL in, and I'll do mine as an example here. Okay, and then you just click start, and obviously they have a pro account as well, but you can use this sort of free one to index. So this is great. It does a scan of your website, all the pages, and then it creates this XML document that you can submit straight into your, so you have to upload it to your website and then submit it here. But the downside of this is when you go and write a blog post or you add a page to your website, it's not going to be in this document because this is only at a point in time. It's not actively looking at the website, checking for new pages, adding them to the sitemap and getting Google to index them. So this would only really work as a once-off unless you use their pro account where you can say, you know, check my site actively and create these pages for me. So that's one way to do it. What we're going to do, because we're using WordPress, we use a plugin that would automatically generate a couple of good plugins, Squirrely SEO, they're an American company, and Yoast SEO as well is another good one. So I'm using Squirrely SEO plugin, and it's created my sitemap for me, and it's put it at this URL here. So this is what I would submit in the sitemap field, which I've already gone and done, as you can see. So the path would be just /XML for my website. And then I add it there and it's indexed and it's had success. It's been crawling it actively. Every time I add a new page, it gets added into this document. Google Search Console gets updated with it, and then it will go and check my site. Now, the other cool thing about the Google Search Console is it will actually tell you if there's any issues when it's indexing your website. And you'll get these emails and it will say, indexing issue detected on your website, like your URL. And then it will say what page the problem is on and how to fix it. And so what does that mean? What are they telling us? They're telling us that the information that you've got isn't structured in a way that's compatible with Google bot, where it crawls your website. And so this is where SEO comes in. And SEO is a way to structure your content, which makes it easier for Google to index for specific content. So that's kind of a clue as to why SEO is so important. And there's kind of 3 types of SEO. I'm not going to go into all of it today because it's a bit much, but there's sort of technical SEO. That's to make sure that your website's loading in a reasonable time. There's no errors, things like that. Then you've got on-page SEO, which is sort of what you're doing on your site to make it more crawlable by Google and other search engines. And then there's off-page SEO, and that's sort of where you're maybe doing a guest blog post on someone else's site and they're linking back to your site. So backlinks and things like that. It's what other sites are doing to point back to you. So all of those things come into play, and I'll do more about that in future videos. But for now, this is how we're going to get our website found in Google. And so that's how you'll get your website like this. And then obviously we can look at where you rank and things like that. But initially, let's just get you showing up in Google. So I'm going to share this link to the help document. I'm also going to share a link to this, the Search Console. And I'll link to the video that shows you how to kind of do these searches as well. And that should do it. So if you have any questions about anything like that, about getting indexed on Google or how to do your sitemaps or anything like that, get in touch with me because I'd love to help you out.